This is Reverend Dejong from the Belmont Zen Center. I haven't done a lot of video lately because we've been having a lot of live events, but there are some special things happening in May. I thought a video might help to promote some of these things so that people know what's going on, might want to get involved and participate and take advantage of some opportunities that are going to happen next month. Some of these are things that are specifically open to people who've previously been involved here, who've come to one of our introductory workshops, but other ones are open to anybody. And so I'll mention that as I go along here. The first one is actually next week on May the 3rd, Wednesday, May the 3rd. We're going to be having a special service instead of our usual Wednesday evening service. We're going to be having a full moon service. Full moon's actually the 4th, but we got a conflict on the 4th. So we're going to do it one day early. So instead of the regular service, we're going to be having a full moon service. This is open to anybody who's come to one of the introductory workshops before. This one's not open to the general public. The purpose of the full moon is to remind folks of the morality of our actions, to have us think a little bit more seriously about our ethics, remind ourselves of the precepts that Buddhism has for guiding our behavior, living a moral, just life, treating other people well, treating the planet well, all those sorts of things. So that's the general focus of the full moon service. This particular full moon is important, though, because it's the full moon of the 3rd lunar month on the traditional East Asian lunar calendar, which is the beginning of something called Angeo, which is the summer intensive practice period. This is the 3-month period starting on the full moon of the 3rd lunar month when both monastics and lay people will deepen their practice, meditate more, meditate longer, engage in other kinds of practices, go on retreats, go to visit temples, various other things, to deepen their practice, recommit to their practice. For a person who's new, this would be a good opportunity to get started. Or for a person who's been thinking about it, this would be a good time to jump in kind of with both feet. Jump in at a point where you can sort of form some good habits and establish a good practice and really get involved at a deep level right from the beginning. So this is an opportunity for anybody who's already made some connection to the Zen Center to be able to maybe take another step further into their practice. For folks who just want to get started fresh, during the beginning of the Angeo, the following Wednesday on May the 10th, we'll be holding another introductory workshop at 7 o'clock. We've done one of these on a weeknight. We've done several on Saturday in a row. I thought it would be good to do another one on a weeknight for folks who maybe weekends don't really work too well for them, so an evening one instead. So 7 to 9 o'clock on Wednesday, May the 10th. That's, again, open for anybody. It covers the basics of meditation, some fundamentals about Buddhism, sort of an orientation of what things are like, what services are like, what you can kind of anticipate if you come and get involved in things here at the Zen Center. So that's a good opportunity for folks who are just kind of trying to get on board and learn about some things. Later in the month, on May the 26th, and this one's going to be open to anybody. This is kind of a special thing. So this is a kind of an unusual event that we'll kind of open up to the public. We're going to be doing a commemoration of the birthday of the Buddha. The 8th day of the 4th lunar month on the traditional East Asian calendar is the commemoration of the birth of the Buddha going on 2,600 years ago. So that's an important event. It's kind of the big fun event of the kind of the Buddhist year, commemorating the birthday of the founder of our tradition. And there are some really interesting traditions that revolve around this that are kind of fun and friendly and family friendly and these sorts of things. So again, that's going to be on May the 26th, which is a Friday, not a Monday, at 7 o'clock. And again, that's going to be open to anybody. Also open to anybody will be just the regular Wednesday evening services. So the 17th, 24th, 31st, those are all Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. We'll be holding the regular evening services. And again, those are open to anyone who's interested. All of these things have a cap on participation. We're going to bump it up a little bit for the Buddha's birthday to try to make things, because that's a little bit of a friendlier thing. It's a little bit of a different thing. But there's a pretty small cap on the other events because we have limited space in our current location here on Main Street in rental space. So there's a cap on those. Registration is required. So if you're interested in those, please register in a timely manner so that you don't, in case they don't so that they don't fill up on you and you can't get in. Now, I want to add a caveat, though, to everything I've said in this video, which is that May is also going to be really busy on a personal level. I've mentioned previously in videos that I've put out or talked to people who've come here to live events at the Zen Center that the reason we're in rental space is because I have a house full of people at my house, and the space that's there that was originally intended to be a meeting space for the Zen Center isn't really usable right now. But one of the things that's going to be happening here over the next 6 weeks or so is that the house is going to be opening up and there's going to be space there. And over the early part of the summer, hopefully we're going to be able to start sort of reorganizing things and getting back into the intended space that's larger and obviously not as restrictive in terms of how many people can actually come to things. But one side effect of that happening is that I'm going to be moving people to Maryland. So there's going to be there may be some conflicts that come up. So there may be some need for some of these events may not happen. Actually, most of them probably are. The one that the regular Wednesday evening service on the 31st of May at the end of the month, honestly, that one's probably not going to happen. That one's probably going to end up being canceled because I'm going to be on the road hauling boxes back and forth to Maryland. But the rest of these things are probably going to happen, but there is kind of a tentativeness to things because the schedule is not completely firmed up yet in terms of what's going to be involved in moving folks to Maryland and opening up again space in the house so that over maybe latter half of June, July, maybe we're going to be able to actually be in a larger space, still in St. Clairsville, but a little less restrictive in terms of what we can do and how many people can be accommodated, most importantly. So again, all of these events are going to require pre-registration just so we don't fill up and have more people than we can accommodate. Links will be provided where you can do that. If you have questions about any of these things, please feel free to reach out and ask for more information. I hope you'll take advantage of the opportunities that are going to come in the next month. And some of you that we've seen before, but maybe not seen for a while, we hope you'll come back. And if folks who are new and still interested want to get involved, this would be a great opportunity. Thank you very much.